This is the Voice of the Eagles show, and like always, God bless those Philadelphia Eagles. I'm back with my boy Mitch. How you feeling, man?
5-0. 5-0. That's all I got to say. 5-0.
Yes, sir. All right, so we're gonna kick this off right. I mean, there's only one way that we can do this. And we gotta talk about we gotta kick it off with the Dallas Cowboys. we gotta kick it off with the Dallas Cowboys, man. Um, Yo, they're frauds. We all know this. They're hyped up every single year,
Mm-hmm.
and they stink. They suck. They're an abomination. How do you feel about the game? Did you watch the game first off? Did you? I didn't watch it. Did you watch it?
I was like in and out,
Yeah,
but I didn't really watch it. And I had a hot take in the beginning of the year. I said that
yeah.
that Trey Lance would start after week 5. That was my hot take
Wow.
in the beginning of the year. So
So
hopefully,
do you think Dallas is a playoff team?
honestly, I still think they are. I still think they
Yeah.
are, but I don't know. It's great when they crumble like this. It's great.
My whole thing is this with Dallas, right? They talk all of this crap every year,
Hmm.
every single year, and we know what the outcome is going to be. I mean, it's been how long since they actually won anything significant? If I was the fan base or the players, I would just shut my mouth until I actually do something that's significant or important, you know?
Hmm.
Um, yeah, I just dislike them, man. I'm pretty sure you feel the same way about them, man. It just makes me want to. It felt so good just watching them implode. I mean, I can never see the Philadelphia Eagles playing that way ever,
No,
ever,
I
ever.
can't.
That
I
was
can't. I can't either. And remember how they shut out the Giants 40-0, and then they
yeah,
lose to the Cardinals, and then now they do
yeah.
this. Like, where does it end? It doesn't end. That's my answer. It doesn't end that.
How impressive was the Eagles' win versus the Rams?
Uh, second half was impressive. First half
Yeah,
was not with the defense. That's all I'm going to say about that. The second
yeah,
half was.
yeah. Um, I actually at this point, how the team is winning to be 5-0, I give them credit for that. Just off them finding a way to win a football game.
Yep.
So they get credit for winning. I try not to be too hard on the team for the simple fact we are 5-0, and I understand that winning in the NFL is pretty difficult. So I mean, just the fact that they're pulling these games out, I think that's impressive in itself. But I wanna talk about the defensive coordinator, Sean Desai. Was he? First half, second half, it may look different, but or it may not to some. But were you? How did you feel about the first half and the second half? Do you feel like the team was better the second half, or just their overall performance from Sean Desai?
Sean Desai in the first half, that was god awful. I don't know what
Yeah,
was happening there. Cooper Cup was
yeah,
eating us alive. There were points in
yeah,
the middle of the field. He was just wide open. He would
yeah.
grab that, move on, move on. And he has not played a game. This is the first one that is played, and this is how he plays. And then the second half, man, just like all guns were off, man. They just came out guns blazing, dude. They were just like left, right, and center. Haason Reddick, 2 clutch sacks at the end. Beautiful.
Um, I'm looking at some of the stats now. I can pull them up, and if you look at Matthew Stafford, he completed 56% of his passes. He had 2 touchdowns, only 222 yards. The stats, I mean, You look at, but like you said with Cooper Kupp has 118 yards and 8 receptions.
Mm.
And if you look at the second half, Matthew Stafford was missing these guys. There was three deep balls that Cooper Kupp was open on maybe 2 of them, and the rookie Puka, he was open on one of those as well. So if Matthew Stafford was a bit more accurate, that game is a lot more closer than it seemed, So I feel like the Philadelphia Eagles kind of got bailed out, a bit is with some of those throws in the second half. So I can't really say that Sean Desai or the defense was impressive. I understand that they didn't give up any points in the second half, if I'm not mistaken. They didn't give up any points. But if Matthew Stafford is a bit more accurate in the second half, I see 2 huge, gains for at least 30 plus yards. So I'm still skeptical on the defense as well. Initially, when I seen that they didn't give up any points, I was like, cool. It looks like they played better on defense. But when I rewatched the game, I'm looking at guys still wide open the second half. We got blessed. We got lucky. We got lucky. Yeah, I mean, there was even with the adjustments really didn't do much. The secondary is definitely vulnerable.
Yeah.
Matthew Stafford, he was just missing. A lot of that is because of the pass rush. And they hit him a couple times and it kind of got to him. So kudos to our pass rush for actually getting him out of his comfort zone and forcing him into some incompletions. But I don't see any. I'm still not impressed by the defense, despite them only not giving up any points in the second half. So
yeah. But for me, it's mostly the corners getting burned left, right, and center. Bradbury was not looking behind. He did not turn around. I think it was the rookie grabbed that.
Yeah,
Slay got
he gave
burned a
up 2
couple times.
touchdowns. Bradbury, he gave up 2 touchdowns.
I know, and people are going to say, well, he's coming off a concussion a couple weeks ago. I'm like, yes, good. He's all good. But now it's like, that's unacceptable, bro. That is unacceptable.
Yeah. Now, he's not playing as well as he played last year, honestly.
Oh, no. And actually, in the first half, did you notice that Slay was not on Cup? They had our boy, Nicholas Morrow, on him for a little bit.
Oh, yeah, I seen that.
I'm like, what? Nicholas Morrow played good. He played good, but I'm just like, that's a huge mismatch.
That's a mismatch. That's a mismatch. Cooper Kupp, man, bro, Cooper Kupp had 8 receptions for 118 yards. Mm-hmm. He could have had about 10 receptions for about 150, 160.
Right.
We got extremely lucky. Let's get into some of the comments real fast. Good morning to everybody. Maximo says 5-0. Yes, sir. That feels great. Myron, what's going on, my boy? Mitch in the building.
It's good.
Brian says Flack trash not. Yeah, Dak is terrible, man. Mm-hmm. The Dallas Cowboys are a wild card team at best. 45-10 is simply outrageous, and I love every second of it. Proud of them for sure. I'll give Jalen a B. That's fair. I would probably give Jalen maybe a. We're gonna get into Jalen Hurts' performance as well. That's coming up. We're gonna get into his performance. A W for Desai, Myron. You sure about that? You sure about that? I mean, what did he do? What did he do? The adjustments, or I really didn't see much, and I watched the game over. I didn't see any. Yeah, man, I didn't see much. I seen the secondary just getting gashed all game. Players were just like the receivers were open.
Yep.
Jalen got off with some of those throws and scrambles. He channeling his inner Vic. I love Jalen. I love Jalen. I know it wasn't perfect, but now Jalen was solid. We're going to get into that, but Vic, he's not a Vic style runner. He's he's elusive, but he's more of like a power. He runs with a lot of power. You know, Vic was more of speed, finesse. Uh, it's going to take the corners and these safeties. A lot of these corners and defensive backs are not bringing Jalen Hurts down. So you need linebackers and you gotta put your hard hat on if you're trying to tackle Jalen Hurts. So I think it's a bit different with those two guys. Cup can ball, yeah. Cup his route running is elite. Cooper Cup has elite level route running. And golly, I mean, he was tearing Darius Slade. He was tearing Darius Slade a new one. I'm gonna be honest with you. It was I'm looking like, bro, is our defensive backs, are we really that bad? Are our defensive backs really, these are the same guys from last year. You got Pro Bowl Darius Slade, you have all pro James Bradbury. Bro, they look bad, man. I'm gonna be honest. The secondary just looks bad. It's early, it is what it is. We won, so it's all cool there. But I'm just running through some of the positives. I'm trying to get some positives out here. Talk about some of the good before we really dive into some things. Okay, Jalen Carter and Haason Reddick, they had 4 sacks combined. I think they had a couple quarterback hits, if I'm not mistaken. But how'd you feel about those two guys, just in general overall throughout like the season and this game included?
So for Haason Reddick, right? He has not been like pretty much anywhere in the beginning of the season so far until this game, because everyone's saying because of his injury, this, that, and third. So when Haason Reddick comes up clutch in a game like this, where your defense did not look good in the first half, looked okay in the second half, looked good, I'll give it that at most. But then it just comes up, he's still here. Is this the breakout party of Haason Reddick? Is this the breakout party for Haason Reddick? That's my question. And then with Jalen Carter, the guy's the defensive rookie of the year. I mean, no one can stop this man. No one can stop him. When Fletcher Cox was ruled out, I was like, oh, okay. Hopefully he gets better. But we got Jalen Carter, man. Jalen Carter. I still can't believe he fell to us.
Yeah. With Haason Reddick, man, last year it took him a couple games to get going, but when he got his first sack, it was just like they were just piling up. And I think he's at maybe 3 right now. He had 2 against the Rams. He had 1 last week. So I think they're gonna start piling up here soon. And if we can get Haason Reddick and Jalen Carter as like our 2 primary pass rushers, I mean, then we also have Josh Sweat. But if we can have Haason Reddick and Jalen Carter with this type of production, like every game, or I mean, these guys will be unstoppable. I mean, because you can't block both of these guys and at the same time. It's going to be impossible. So I'm pleasantly surprised, man. Again, Jalen Carter dropping to us. Yeah, I still don't believe it, bro. I still don't believe that we have him, and he's this good. He outplayed Aaron Donald, a Hall of Fame player. So I mean, when you outplaying an Aaron Donald, and you guys at the same position, there's a lot to be said about that. It's amazing. It's amazing. All right, Jalen Hurts' performance. How you feel about Jalen Hurts' performance?
So for me, right, he had a good game in the pocket. He had a very good game in the pocket, well awareness, good pocket protection. It's the offensive line for me, though. The offensive line had the best game of the year without
Yeah,
Cam Jurgens. AJ
yeah,
AJ Brown had a game. Jalen Hurts, that duo had a great game. But it was just the offensive line for me. The trenches.
yeah.
That's where we build upon. That's where we go in times are needed. And bro, this is the best offensive line in the league. Best game for the offensive line, hands down.
Jalen Hurts had all day to throw.
He had
He had
all day.
all day to throw, and he was making I mean he had a really bad interception or just miscommunication on a back shoulder throw to AJ Brown, but yeah, other than that, there was some miscommunication also in the red zone where
Yeah.
Quez Watkins was wide open
Mm.
and he missed them. But even then, like with Quez, if you're not looking Quez way, I get it, honestly. But still, if he's wide open, just throw him the ball.
Yeah.
I wouldn't necessarily say that Jalen Hurts is just purposely not looking to, you know, throw the ball to the open man. But if he doesn't have trust in Quez Watkins, then I can understand that. But if that's the case, I don't have him in the game, you know. But other than that, other than those two plays, there was a sack that I feel like unnecessary sack that he didn't have to take. But yeah, other than like a couple of things, I feel like I'll be nitpicking. But outside of those three things, I think he played really well. What grade would you give him?
We were just talking about this earlier. I think someone in the chat said B. I would
Yeah,
give him
B.
like a B plus. I'm being honest with you. Just a pocket
Yeah,
protection, him having all day. That
yeah,
helps me in my book. And then AJ Brown, Devontae Smith only had one target, but Jalen Hurts had a good game because of offensive line and the pocket protection.
yeah.
B
And
plus for
if
me.
you look at it, if you look at his stats really fast, he completed 65, almost 66 percent of his passes, almost 66%, 303 passing yards. He had an interception, but he had a touchdown.
Yep.
He had 72 yards on the ground, so almost 5 yards a carry and a touchdown on the ground. So two total touchdowns, 375 yards total. So when you add the running element, I think that gives him that adds on to like just him being dynamic, and it brings a whole new element to his game. So with a 75-yard rushing, I think that kind of gives him a boost. So I would probably give him honestly a B plus as well.
Yeah.
B plus A minus. If it wasn't for the interception, he would probably
Right.
have a solid A minus. But he
Yep.
did have an interception, so I would probably give him like a B plus as well. Really, he had a really good game. He had a really good game. So yeah, I can agree with you on that.
Yeah. He had a really good
Okay,
game.
AJ Brown, Dallas Goedert. Before we get into that, let's get to some comments, man. Shout out to Dallas Goedert. They finally got my boy. Thank you. They
Right.
finally got Dallas Goedert the ball. God.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right, let's see. Oh, you said W. Okay, you said W decide in terms of adjustments. Okay, got you. Cup can ball. Yeah, Cup is nice. Cup is nice. Um, let's see. Reckon Reddick. Yeah, he's back. He's back. Yo, Johnny, what's the word? No worries about the NFC East, fellas. Yeah, the NFC East is ours.
Yeah.
Carter is such a monster. Yeah, man, he's a. Again, I really, honestly, I don't really know I can't believe it. I'm shocked that he's really this good, man. Like he's great. He looks like a generational. I know people say generational talent. I know we throw that term around like all the time, but he really looks like a generational type player, honestly. It should be illegal how quick Carter is coming off the ball and shedding blocks, and it looks so effortless. It looks effortless. It's like as soon as you touch him, it's like he's just slippery. It's like if you try to touch him, you're just gonna slip and just like go like slide right off of him. It's weird. It's weird. I don't know, man. I haven't seen a defensive tackle like this as a rookie. Like it's crazy to me. It's crazy. Small mistake.
What, the interception?
Yeah, I guess they're talking about a small mistake with Jalen Hurts' performance. Maybe the interception, or I mean that was a great play. I don't know what. To me, it looked like there's like some miscommunication. The back shoulder throw wasn't there. It looked like the defensive back was in position to make a play on a back shoulder throw. So a lot of times Jalen Hurts he gives his guy a chance, and he trusts his guy to go and fight for the ball. So I mean, I don't know. I don't know about the. It didn't look like it was there, honestly, because the defensive back was trailing AJ Brown, so he was in position. If anything, you want to throw it over the defensive back. I don't know, but it is what it is, man. B plus, yeah, B plus is fair. You said B plus, right, Mitch?
Yeah, I said B plus. Yep.
Yeah, B plus. Yeah, B plus is fair. I'll go B plus too. You might go A minus. A minus. Look, without the interception, I'll give him I would probably give him an A minus without the interception. But I mean, he did have an interception. Overall, he played extremely well. Yo, at Weapon X, NFL, Eagles, and my man Mitch. Yo, what's up, bro? What's up?
That's my guy, man. That's my guy.
Oh yeah, okay. Welcome, man. RLS said should have won that game by 17. Too many mistakes that kept Rams in it. That was my only problem. I mean, that's always the problem, and most of the time it's really the red zone. If we finish and take care of business in the red zone, none of these games would be close. But we're going to get into that as well. Joel says flag was fly. Okay. AJ Brown, Dallas Goedert. AJ Brown's been on a tear. His last couple games, he's been over like 100, and he's averaging maybe over 125 yards receiving a game. I mean, this year for him has just been outstanding. There's no drop off. He looks spectacular, man. I'm gonna be honest, and you see him with Dallas Goedert. Dallas Goedert is just he's like a defensive back. They don't want any parts of him. His ability to get yards after the catch is extraordinary. And I think him and AJ Brown together, they add a different dimension because they bring a lot of physicality. How'd you feel about their performance? I know you're excited about Dallas Goedert getting the rock, man.
Yeah, but with AJ Brown, ever since he had that rant, he's been on the tear ever since that rant he had. So It's working. You're giving him the ball. I don't like how Devontae Smith only got one target though, but AJ Brown's getting the ball. Dallas Goedert finally. You and I have been saying this for a couple weeks now that the offense should go through Goedert and everything else opens. Well, look what happens when Goedert gets the ball. Look what happens.
Yo,
love it.
He had 117 yards, 8 receptions, a touchdown. AJ Brown 6 receptions, 127 yards. So yeah, it looked awesome. All right. Now we got to get into it now, man. All right, we got to take we talked about the good. They played amazing. All right, there was a lot of good, but there are some things that we have to address as far as some things that I really didn't like. Quez Watkins, I think his time is up in Philly, man. I think his time is up. I really do, bro. I think he's done. You seen a 3rd and 2 where he just ran out of bounds and all he had to do was cut up the field.
Yeah, I
Um,
saw it.
that's unacceptable. I don't know what's wrong with him. I really don't know what's wrong with Quez. Um, but yeah, you see it here. I mean, bro, what are you doing, man? Like, what are you doing, Quez? Nick Sirianni was fuming after that. He was furious. You see
Yeah,
guys coming to the sideline and they're pissed. They're pissed. They're looking at him and like they're showing a lot of the emotions and things that's going on the Philadelphia Eagles sideline. And to see guys like actually upset at Quez, it's kind of funny to me. I think he's done. I mean, they're not even Jalen Hurts is not even throwing him the ball, and he's wide open in the end zone. So I think I'm starting to feel a like a Jalen Rager kind of vibe with him now. I think he's done in Philly. He was nursing a hamstring and he's just now coming back from it, and this is like his contract year. And yeah, man, I think the writing's on the wall. They already have his replacement and Olamide Zaccheaus. So I'm over Quez. I thought he had tons of potential. His first couple years, he looked really good. Um he showed a lot of traits that he would be solid, or at least a solid number 2 receiver. He looks bad. Quez looks he looked I mean, he looks garbage. I think he checked out. I think he's just mentally, I just think he's not. I think he's done mentally. I think he's fried mentally. I don't know what's wrong with the kid. He's fast. He has all the God-given abilities. But when he gets on the field, it's just like I don't know. I think he's done. I think he needs a fresh start. We know when the receiver is bad here in Philly. Dude is washed. Dude is washed. It's over with for him. What's your take on Quez, bro?
For me, I had such high hopes for Quez. I had such high hopes and then now with this, you had the drop in the Super Bowl, him being out a couple weeks with the injuries now. It's not looking good for Quez. The key is just looking so much better. Like, I just don't know, man. I just don't know. People were telling me this offseason, like, Mitch, we need to trade him, get rid of him. And I'm like, no, give him another chance. He had one drop. Well, he made me look like an idiot now because look how bad he is. Just cut, and you would have got the first down. Like, yeah, I think he's done in Philly too, bro. I think he's done.
When you see Nick Sirianni, Nick Sirianni is letting Nick Sirianni is just as furious as the fans. So if Nick Sirianni is showing those same kind of feelings that we have towards him, um, that's the writing on the wall for sure. Um,
Yep.
I think he's done. I think Quez is out of here, man. I, it's nothing personal. It's nothing personal.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, but
but
now you
I'm
look at
I'm done with. I don't want to see Quez on the field, man. I don't want to see Quez. I think he had like 66% of the snaps. Like, where's Olamide? Where's Olamide Zaccheaus? He just scored a touchdown. He looks really good out there. He's making big time plays, converting big time third downs. Yeah, Olamide Zaccheaus looks like way better.
yeah,
Way better.
and
I
then
want him gone, man. I don't want to see him. I
I
don't want
do
to see him.
too. I do too. But you look at Chase Claypool now. He's on the Miami Dolphins. We could have had
Yeah.
him over Watkins. But the thing with Claypool, which is like his mind and all that stuff.
I think
So
it's the same with Quez. I think he has the same problems as Quez. I don't know, man. With these receivers, it's like it's some with them to where like I don't know. It's like they just check out mentally and like with Chase Claypool, he has the size, the speed. He has all of the tools as well. But he was with the Chicago Bears, and he was doing nothing.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh Steelers, he was like doing nothing. So it's weird how these receivers they just fall off. Even with Jalen Rager, he was gifted. I mean, if you make it to the NFL, you're gifted, right? So they all have something that they can offer to a team, but I don't know, man. I think it's some receivers just with their mentality to where they check out. I don't know, man, but I'm done with Quez. I'm done with Quez. I mean, all he had to do was just cut inside. That's a first down.
Yep.
So I mean, it looks like that looks like you're just purposely just don't care. You just don't care, Quez. He shouldn't be on the field. Cause bro, all you had to do was cut inside. Bro, that was wild. That was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Nick Sirianni is going to get him right. I don't know. Quez Watkins has no heart. Remember the Cowboys game in Dallas when he had the ball stripped from him for interception? Yeah, I mean, it's no heart. I don't even think he cares. You're right. He don't have any heart. I don't think he cares. He just don't care. I don't think he cares. I'm done with him, bro. I'm done. I don't even want to see him, man. He makes me cringe now. Like, dude, like Quez trash, bro. Yes. Quez stinks, man, for real. He sucks so bad. He sucks. I'm not gonna lie to you. I mean, at least show effort. Show some effort, Quez. If you show effort, if you lower your shoulder and show some heart, show some passion, anything. I may be a little more lenient, or I'll be able to understand. I would be more lenient. But man, bro, this dude, he just makes me cringe. Worst receiver of all time. Yo, is he the worst receiver of all time, Mitch?
There's no way. Is he actually worse than Aguilar? Is he worse than Whiteside?
No. No, he's wait, no. He's getting there. He just needs a new start, man.
Yeah.
Zacchaeus is a better option. Zacchaeus is a much better option. He's a much better option. Yep. Much better option. I mean, okay, all right. I'll try to be fair here. Okay, Jalen Hurts, he missed Quez Watkins twice. Quez Watkins was open running like a drag route, or he was running like a drag route or something where he was crossing in the middle of the field, and Jalen Hurts just threw the ball like it sailed over his head. Quez Watkins, he jumped in and reached out for it and everything, and he still couldn't grab it. And in the red zone, in the end zone, Jalen Hurts missed. I mean, he just didn't even throw on the ball. And Quez Watkins is like this. And so, I mean, that kind of plays a role too when your quarterback is missing you wide open. So just to play devil's advocate, I want him gone. I don't care. But just to try to be fair, there's some things that Quez was, he was trending up. He was trending up until AJ Brown got here. His target started to decline. So I mean, those type of things mess with you mentally. If you're not strong enough mentally, then those type of things are going to affect you. And by Quez Watkins being a late round draft pick, maybe that's one of his flaws. So, I mean, that's just me trying to be fair. But I can be fair and transparent, right? So I can understand. But if Quez can show some heart, if he shows some type of heart, like he wants to play and he wants to help and contribute to the team, whether it's blocking, lowering your shoulder, putting your body on the line, trying to, fight for yards, anything. then I can understand. But he's doing none of that, bro. He's doing none of that. I'm over Quez. I used to like him. I used to like the kid. I'm over him. I'm
Yeah.
over him.
Mhm.
Gannon should have taken Quez, not Pascal. I mean, Quez Watkins has no heart. Okay, I read that one. One thing I noticed was the defensive adjustments. I didn't really see any adjustments that worked.
There wasn't really a lot.
Yeah, and whatever. Yeah, if there was, I didn't see anything noticeable because the receivers were still getting open down the field. Matthew Stafford was just missing. He was just missing, and it's a blessing. It's a blessing. I told my brother before the season started, we were going to own NFC for years to come. Hey, you may be right.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, Quez, it's over with. I'm done. I'm over Quez. Jason Kelce. So Jason Kelce, he showed a lot of frustration on the sideline, and no one really knew what it was about until he came out and he pretty much said, he brought up play calling. So I'll play the clip and we're gonna get into that. Let's see if I can find it. Yeah, I got it right here.
I'm not going to get into it. I think that, I love everybody in this building like their family. I've been here for a very long time. And I think I just got a little bit too heated. Really, the red zone has been frustrating, I think, for everybody. We've left a lot of points on the board. And I think.
Can you hear that, Mitch? No?
Yes.
Oh, you hear it? Okay, cool.
I let myself get too frustrated, too animated, and it wasn't productive. So for me, though, I cannot overstate this. I think I always get the most heated and the most emphatic. The people that I love and respect. I don't know why that's the case. It's always been the case. I'm not going to get into it. I think that, I love everybody in this building like their family. I've been here for a very long time. And I think I just got a little bit too heated. Really, the red zone has been frustrating, I think, for everybody.
Okay, so he pretty much says the red zone has been frustrating. So, yeah, it's been frustrating for him. And there's even a clip of something happening in the red zone to where Jason Kelce was animated. He was being animated, talking to the guards and some of the old linemen to pretty much pick it up, and I'm perfectly fine with it. Now with Jason Kelce, okay, Jason Kelce, he's a leader on the team. Like he embodies Philadelphia. I'll look at him more of like I can see Jason Kelce in a coaching role with this team. I hope when he retires he comes back as a coach. But Jason Kelce is the perfect guy to kind of rally the troops. So when Jason Kelce is, on the sideline and when he's voicing his opinions or his frustrations regarding play calling in the red zone, that's huge because the fans and everybody else notice that the play calling is horrible, especially in the red zone. It's a huge problem. It's a huge problem. And I'm glad Jason Kelce stepped up and, voiced his opinion. And, right afterwards, he even elaborated and, kind of gave us some insight as to why he was a bit animated on the sideline with the coaches. So that's a great look. It's a way to hold these coaches accountable. And look, when you're in the red zone, it's harder to move the ball because there's a limited amount of space. And that's when you have to be creative as far as play calling. I think that is a direct correlation to the play calling. The play calling is trash. The play calling is horrible. in the red zone. It's terrible, man. And Mitch, we get on here every week. First thing we talk about is play call and how is play call, and you get on them about the play calling because it's really bad. It's
It is.
bad. And I joke around with it, and because I know you're gonna get on them about it, but it's good to see Jason Kelce hold the players and the coaches accountable because this is bad. Every game should have been a blowout. Every single game should have been a blowout, but we cannot score in the red zone. If you can't score in the red zone, you're going to be in trouble. You're going to be in trouble. That's how teams stick around. And bro, it was bad. Something has to be corrected. What's your take on this, Mitch? Do you think it'll get better? Do you think it'll be? I'm optimistic that it will, but how do you feel about it, man?
Well, it has to get better. That's one, because you look at the teams coming up after the Jets, right? You got Miami, Niners, you got the Chiefs, you got the Bills, you got the I'll throw the Cowboys in there. I don't care what anyone says. I'll throw them in there. I'll give them a bone. But I'm just saying, like, we got tougher schedules and we got to nail this red zone, like, now. We got to fix it now. The Rams defense, they almost gave us the running on money in the first half. In the first half, I mean, we had to get those points on the board. We have to. And now it's just like, this is the worst red zone offense I think I have seen since the Chip Kelly days.
Oh, man.
It's that bad.
It was bad with Chip Kelly. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think a lot of it is Brian Johnson, right?
Yeah, it's got to be. It's got to be, right? I mean, it
has to be. It has to be. And you look at it. Look, some of the look, bro. It's the play calling is. You remember the 3rd and 11 last week? It was
yeah.
I'm seeing quarterback design runs and in the red zone, and I mean it's horrible. It's a disaster. It's a disaster. It's bad. It's hard to watch.
Yep.
Because if I feel like I can do a better job at play calling, or any fan or any average person can do a better job at play calling in the red zone, that's a bad sign. That's not a good look. That's horrible. So I'm just excited. I'm happy that Jason Kelce, that he actually said something about this, man, because at this point, somebody got to be held accountable. So that leads me into my next question. Should the offensive coordinator Brian Johnson be fired? Now, this maybe I'm jumping the gun here a bit, saying he should be fired. But bro, that's how bad it looks to me. Honestly, it looks that bad. If this isn't fixed, somebody has to, like somebody else needs to be calling plays, or there has to be a tweak, or something will have to change. I don't want to be in a situation where you look at the Steelers, they have an offensive coordinator. His name is like Matt Canada, and he's been terrible for the last year and a half, 2 years, and he still has a job, and everybody's calling for his job. I don't want it to be one of those situations to where Brian Johnson gets a lot of leeway because Jalen Hurts is this guy.
Yep.
No, not at all. I feel like there has to be a change, and hopefully with Jason Kelce, voicing his opinion, something will happen. But I want to know, Mitch, should the offensive coordinator Brian Johnson be fired?
No.
Before you answer, let's get to the comments real quick.
Go for it.
They starting to pile up a bit here, bro. Is Jalen best D lineman in NFC? Well, is Jalen Carter the best D lineman in NFC? Yes, of course. Yeah. I think so.
As of right now, yes.
Yeah, for sure. You do get killed with Cup in the first half and hardly give up nothing in the second half without making a jet. No. That's the thing. It wasn't. He was open the second half. He was wide open the second half for at least 2 deep balls for 30 plus yards. He was open. So the adjustments was not working. If you go back and watch the game in the second half, Matthew Stafford just wasn't accurate. The adjustments didn't work. Matthew Stafford just didn't make him pay in the second half. I don't know. I don't get why. I'm happy he didn't complete those passes, but those guys were still open the entire second half. Okay. What's the other receiver? Golly. Mitch, do you know the other receiver that the Rams have? I think I don't know what's his name, but
so you got Cup, you got the rookie. I still can't pronounce his name, and Atwell.
I think that's him. Yeah, he was open. He was open for a huge. It would have been a touchdown if Matthew Stafford would have got him the ball, and
Right.
that would have went for about 60, 70 yards. And he just dropped the ball. He dropped multiple balls. Okay, so they were open the entire game. There was no adjustments.
Nope.
The second half, okay, let's say I'm pretty sure I'll give him the benefit of the doubt and say Sean Desai made adjustments. The adjustments that he may have made did not contribute to Matthew Stafford and the Rams not being able to move the ball. It had nothing to do with Sean Desai. It was strictly Matthew Stafford just missing wide open guys.
Yep.
It was nothing the Eagles did. It was the Rams. Okay, it was nothing the Eagles did. Nothing. I promise you that. I just rewatched the game. There was nothing. I promise you, bro. Go rewatch the game if you don't believe me. You say facts, bro. I just rewatched the game. They definitely will listen to Kelce. He's been there longer than all of the coach. Yeah, I respect Jason Kelce more than every coach on the Philadelphia Eagles besides like Jeff Stoutland and yeah, I mean it's Jason Kelce. Come on, man. I mean, it's Jason Kelce.
Yeah.
So I mean that one interception made Sirianni shout like a madman, maybe overreaction, but got to work on the details in the red zone. I don't think it was an overreaction. Jalen Hurts, that was a bad ball. You don't throw a back shoulder throw when a cornerback is in position to make the play. If the defensive back is trailing the receiver, you're going to throw a back shoulder throw, and he's going to be right there for the pick, and he was right there. So that was just a bad one on Jalen Hurts, but he still played really, really well. The quarterback draws are,
they're terrible.
I don't want to see any quarterback draws, or I don't want to see any of that. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't want to see the quarterback. The quarterback draw, if you can catch them off guard and they don't have anybody in the middle of the field, you can audible and maybe get a couple yards. That's cool. It's the design, some of the design runs, right? Even with the quarterback draw, man, all of that, I really don't want to see it. I'm gonna be honest with you, especially in the red zone. Like, bro, it's horrible, man. It's cringeworthy. I don't want to see it. I'm not gonna lie to you, Myron. I don't want to see it either. Our RPO system isn't good anymore. I wouldn't say it isn't good. You just have to make the right reads. And bro, it's the play calling, bro. It's the play calling.
Yep.
It's the play calling. Yeah, the Niners would smoke us right now, but it's a long season. Okay. You jumping the gun for sure. We improve weekly. How am I jumping the gun? Red zone has to be much better than how it is before the playoffs. Okay, they were still open. Matt was off. He worried about Godzilla Carter. Yeah, I think though. He's nursing some ribs. So I mean, you're not gonna because I mean, when you throw the ball, like all of your ribs are exposed. So I think a lot of that was playing a role in Matthew Stafford's head.
Yeah.
So I think the D line and those guys contributed. Josh Sweat was getting some nice hits too. So I think that contributed as well. Our D is ready for the Niners. Bro, red zone secondary. My only worries, fair. I still have to watch. Okay, cool. All right. So, bro, I'm gonna ask you. I feel like I'm wild for asking this, but I'm gonna go ahead. Should the offensive coordinator Brian Johnson be fired?
No.
No.
No, but he's gotta get his stuff in order. He's gotta get his play calling in order. If it doesn't
So how long do
improve
you
by
give him
after
until
the
you call for his job? How long do you give him until you start to question his if he should be the offensive coordinator moving forward for the foreseeable future? How long do it take to start questioning him?
well, you gotta get it together before the bye week. Because after the bye week, like I said earlier, the schedule gets tough. And people are
Yeah.
forgetting Jalen Hurts and Brian Johnson, they're like this. So
Yeah.
I don't know if they're going to get rid of him this early. Maybe at the end of the offseason, if he doesn't, or end of the season, if we don't go anywhere, which I highly doubt. But
Right.
it's got to be, it's got to give. Something's got to give.
Yeah. So you say after the bye week. When is our bye week?
9.
Wow. When
Week
is
9.
okay? So after the bye week, if it isn't corrected, then you start to question if
Yeah.
he should be the long term at. Okay. All right. So when do you start calling for his job? After the bye week?
That's what I'm thinking right now. Let me pull up the schedule.
Okay. That's fair. Okay. After the bye week, that's fair.
Yeah. Because week 6, we got the Jets, 7 Dolphins, 8, then 9 Cowboys. So we have our bye week, week 10. And then that's when our schedule gets tough with the Chiefs, Bills, Niners, Cowboys, and then it starts to dial down with the Seahawks, Giants, Cardinals. So, yeah, during that time, got to get his stuff together.
All right, this is my last question for you, bro. Who looks better right now, 49ers or the Eagles?
Defensively, I got to give it to the Niners, but offensively, it's pretty damn close. It's pretty damn close with the offensively, but
okay. So overall, as a team, offense, defense, special teams, coaching staff, as a whole,
I think it's the Niners overall. I think the 49ers overall.
Yeah.
Overall, I think it's the Niners.
What is by like is it a landslide or is it pretty close?
I think it's I don't know. They're blowing teams out left and right. So based on that, we're struggling. I think it's by a lot.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's by a lot. Unless we get our defense in order.
All right, last question. I'm gonna let you go. All right, we play the Jets right next week, right?
Yes.
Okay. Score prediction and keys to victory. I'm gonna put you on the spot.
All good, man. All good. So the Jets defense is known to be good, but they haven't been good ever since Aaron Rodgers went down. So I'm going with like 20. You know what? I'll go with 28-14. 28-14 Eagles. And the keys to victory, the offensive line, the red zone, and the defense, bro.
Yeah. Who you think wins that battle between AJ Brown and Sauce Gardner?
Oh my God. I think it's AJ Brown, bro. AJ Brown's been on a tear, but Sauce Gardner. What? Has he let up a touchdown yet this year?
I don't think so. I don't think so. And if he has it maybe was like maybe one.
Right.
And I think Sauce Gardner, I don't think they're going to be matched up as much as we like, but there's going to be some opportunities to see those guys go at it. And that's going to be a great matchup. But yeah, AJ Brown's been on a tear. He's been lights out.
Do you think Devontae Smith will have a better game because Sauce Gardner will be on AJ Brown?
Yeah, I mean, I mean, I'll be honest. I was watching the game, and Devontae Smith, he looked a bit frustrated.
Yeah,
The
he did.
commentator said on a commercial break, Devontae Smith was walking like from one end zone all the way to the other, and they show Nick Sirianni like kind of like hold them or like kind of trying to give him like a pep talk or something. So, bro, it's a lot of emotions going on. I don't know, man. I don't know. They're showing a lot of little sideline stuff, and
Yeah.
it's giving me like a whole nother dynamic of like the team. I think we got too many weapons, man. I don't know how you feed AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, Dallas Goedert, um, and Swift. So it's a good problem to have, but I just don't know, man. I don't know. Devontae Smith, he's definitely next up. AJ Brown's been going off. Dallas Goedert finally got him a game. Swift, he's had a couple games. He just had 70 yards. So he's getting his.
Yep.
I definitely think it's going to be. I think Devontae Smith's game is next. You know, and if you look at it, I think the coaching staff, they know that they have to feed everybody. So they take these kind of things into account as well. So I definitely think Devontae Smith is going to be his game against the Jets. I think so. I think they're going to have a great game plan for Devontae Smith, or at least I hope so. Because you gotta keep these guys happy. You got to. I know it's all about the team, but everybody wants to be involved, you
Right.
know. And these are receivers, so they want the ball. All right, let's get into the comments.
Real quick, though. Real quick, though.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Yo,
Speaking
go
of
ahead.
involvement, how do you think Rashard Penny feels? Like, what the hell?
Gainwell just not doing it for me, man.
He had a good
You
game
know?
yesterday. He had a decent game yesterday. I'll give Gainwell that. But where's
Yeah,
Penny?
he did.
Is he actually injured?
It's
a couple of these games he's been healthy scratch.
You got too many weapons, right? It's too many. It's too many. He's been a healthy scratch, I think, the opening game. So the season opener. So I don't know, man. I don't know, but I'm keeping tabs on it because it's interesting, bro. You have to feed these guys. You have to. So it's going to be interesting to see how they keep all these guys intact, honestly, because we have a lot of weapons. We have a lot of weapons. Marvin says the QB draws are, yeah, they are. Our RPO system, okay, I read those. Yeah, I read a lot of these. Let's see, where am I? Red zone has to be much better than it was before the playoff starts. I agree. They were still open. Matt was okay. I read that too. Okay, where am I? Okay, I read those as well. You still have to watch it. Yeah, bro, go back and watch it, Juicy. They were open the entire game. They were open. Do he fully controls the offense? Does who fully control the offense? Who's he asking fully control the offense, Mitch?
Who has fully control of the offense? I think it's Jalen Hurts. I think it's
Nah, he don't. I don't think so.
I think it's either Jalen Hurts or Brian Johnson has no control right now.
Yeah, I seen Nick Sirianni actually. I seen both of them kind of with a play sheet, and they both were. I seen both of those guys talking through the mic with the play sheet. So I think Nick Sirianni is getting in the mix too. I don't look. From what I'm seeing on the sideline, man, it looks kind of messy. I'll be honest with you. There's some things that need to be corrected for sure. Do you think we should get rid of Quez? Absolutely. Yes. I'm sorry. I hate to say it. Yes. The 49ers look better. Okay. All around. All right, cool. That's fair. Keys to victory. Smitty is keys to victory, number 6, Smitty. They will key on the AJ. Fair. I think Smitty is due for a big day too. Yeah, he's due for one. I'm not going to the Jets game. Well, we're at home for the Jets. Mitch, we at home?
No, we're away.
Holy.
Eagles are away. We're away.
Come on, Smitty, hang in there, bro. Smitty gonna get his.
Smitty will get his. I'm not nervous about that at all. I'm not.
I mean, it's because I mean, with his routes, how he run routes, he's always. I mean, he's going to get open, So
Yep.
it's going to be hard for him not to get his. I mean, I think he broke the Eagles record in reception. So dude's going. I mean, he's going to get his. He's going to get his. I think he can get his any given Sunday. Quez should have a breakout week. No, I don't think so. I think Quez over with for Quez.
Yeah.
Oh, Brian Johnson. Yeah, I don't think Brian Johnson has full control anymore. Because
No, he
again,
doesn't.
when I watched the game, I seen Nick Sirianni on the headset with the play sheet, and it showed both of them so I don't really know who's calling the plays, but I seen both of them on the headset with the play sheet, and they were like, so. I know for sure Nick Sirianni has final say on 3rd and 4th down, 4th and short, 3rd and those key critical moments. I know he has the final say on that. So I don't know, man. I don't know. I really don't. I don't know.
That is where the brotherly shove comes into play.
Yeah. And they put the Eagles, Jets on Fox. Why not CBS?
No.
Yeah. So. Any closing remarks? Yo, Mitch, let them know where they can find you, man. No, let them know where they can find you.
All right. So, any final remarks here? The Eagles got the Jets. Got to lock up the red zone, and you got to lock up the defense. That's it. And you can actually find me on my link at Mitch Coxey. I'll drop it in the chat right there, and then the Hardcore Sports Network. I'm 11 away from 3,000 on my channel. So 11 away.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll make sure to put you in the description, and I'll put the chapter tab so you guys can go back and check out whichever portion of the live stream you want to watch.
Yeah.
So the Eagles play Sunday, right? So we'll be back Monday morning again, right?
Correct. Yep.
Yes, sir. So that's the show, guys. This is the Voice of the Eagles show, and like always, God bless those Philadelphia Eagles. We out.